Welcome to it. Hey, it's Monday. You know what that means, right? We reflect on the weekend. It's the weekend that was. We've got the three wise men in studio. Hey, not always so wise, though. There were three big games over the weekend. There were three big games. Not just one, not just two. There were three big games. There were two derbies and a cup final. We'll get into those. Davik is here. Mazola's here. Because there's also big news as well. We'll get the reactions and so forth and so forth. But the biggest one is the news that's been spreading like wildfire. There was a bomb at the game.
There was a bomb at the game?
There was a bomb at the game. That is the big news that comes out from the African Football League final on Sunday. That there was a bomb. Remember now, there were dignitaries there. There was president of CAF there. There was a premier there.
I was there.
No.
I was sitting with them.
No, you were not. TV. Oh,
I was
just
there.
below.
No. You guys, you're just below.
I have photos with them to prove.
I was there in the press box.
So you saw the bomb?
No, but I was there.
Did you see the bomb online?
Dignitaries. I'm saying I was there.
No. So we'll get into it. We'll get into it for those that saw the post about there being a bomb at the stadium. So we'll go to Brigadier Atlinda Mate, who's the national spokesperson for police, just to dispel that very quickly. But what was that thing? Because, it was there. There was a thing there that was there that people saw that thought it was a bomb. The police were alerted. They went to clear the scene. So we'll get into that. But also, we'll speak about the matches over the weekend. Sundowns, congratulations. Because a lot of you saying, hey, Andile, you're showing your colors. You didn't congratulate Sundowns. Congratulations on an inaugural win. And I'm very happy for you. I wasn't in the country this weekend, so I didn't catch up with a lot of the football.
Oh, congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, look at that. Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, big game as well. I could watch it all the way in Tanzania, by the way. But unfortunately, I couldn't see most of it because I had to go. Congratulations to Orlando Pirates as well. Then there was a big derby. A big derby. Because remember, Boinko Sintuli having passed in the week that they had to play Golden Arrows, a team that brought him to life as far as what we know. And then Amazulu, big derby, big goals there. But the one big conversation I want to have today, and I'm going to, free tickets, and that's how it was phrased by Sundowns. Free tickets to go and watch the game. And you guys showed up, and it was beautiful, it was brilliant. I loved it, it was yellow, it was really, really nice. I don't think it was full. Was it full?
I mean...
You were there, was it full? Was it packed?
It was packed to a scary, but when we discuss this, we'll get into it.
But my thing is this: this is a team that is winning the AFL, the inaugural, that is leading the league even after having not played for so long. Surely it's about time that Sundowns, the team, charges even 10 Rand for a ticket now. Surely it's about time that Sundowns supporters show their support for the team, because we saw that you are there. You filled the stadium, so you proved that you are there as a Sundown supporter.
The most dominant in 6-7 years?
6-7 years of dominance.
Surely.
You are a Sundown supporter and you are there because we saw you. We saw you when you played Chiefs as well. Remember the one game against Chiefs at in Atteridgeville?
Yeah.
Where they showed up.
Yes.
Packed.
It can't be that the team has to give you free tickets for you to go to the stadium. It can't be. It can't be that you do not support your very own with your money in your pocket. No, I refuse. Is Sundowns fostering maybe a culture that they're not going to be able to upkeep when you keep giving the free tickets? This is an amazing team, and this is one of the best teams of our generation. This is a team that's winning. I can tell you now that there are teams that are not doing as well that packed F&B Stadium, packed to the rafters.
87,000 tickets sold.
87,000 tickets sold.
Not free.
No. So come on, let's have that conversation. But congratulations to all the teams. It's 11 after the hour 6. Mazola, what do you have for us?
We'll reflect on the AFL, obviously. Press conference from Coach Adil Ramzi, Coach Rulani, as well as Kevin Johnson and Jose Ribeiro about the Soweto derby. It was packed. Maybe we should also touch a little bit on Bafana as well, given that they've got a crucial World Cup qualifier this coming weekend that will be live on SABC 1.
What do you have, Riff? Any big points there?
Yeah, we have a goal scored by Shivaviro. That goal has an element of deliberate play and deflection that we need to unpack. Secondly, we saw a first yellow card in the derby. I think that's the first yellow card in first minute went to evidence. That was good as game management, referee stamping his authority. The last one, we have people sleeping on the field of play. Batati Matrasi from AFNB, Loftus, Bafaka Matrasi grounded. We'll talk more about that.
Let's take a break. It's exactly 13 after the hour 6 on the Mighty Metro FM. Let's speak about the derby on 086 0002160. Could be the KZN derby, which I watched. And I mean, to see a hat-trick in a derby, to see 4 goals in a derby, in the memory of Ncube for both teams that he played for was great. But the Soweto derby as well. How many shots on target for Kaizer Chiefs? You're watching the game. How many shots? What about Orlando Pirates? Are you excited? Or are you happy with the level of what the derby was? I'm happy for you. The level of support never wanes. And I'm happy for you. I think what we do to keep South African football alive and the derby alive is absolutely amazing. And I praise you for it. And I'm happy for you for it. But let's speak about the teams. Let's speak about the quality of the football that was showcased in front of the FIFA president, the CAF president, and all the dignitaries of football that were there. What do you think of your team's performance in the derby? Let's have that conversation. But before that, there was a big story over the weekend about a possible bomb. There were videos and photos at the final of the African Football League. Let's quickly dispel that and speak to Brigadier Athlenda Mate, who is the national spokesperson of police. Brigadier, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to Sports Night Amplified.
A very good evening to you, Andile, and to your listeners.
Listen, never did I ever think that on my slot doing sports I'd need to speak to the police.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a shocker, but thank you for the opportunity. And I think really, as the police, we want to take this opportunity to really allay the fears of South Africans, but also in the same breath, take this opportunity to say we should have handled that scene better. In terms of explaining to the supporters that were there on the stands that the person that we accompanied on the stands was not having a bomb in his hand, and that was a prior technician. So if I can just give you a brief background. So in a build up to a game such as that one, a soccer game, we have what we call we receive an application from the event organizers at the SAPS to say we're going to have this particular event. So based on that application, we categorize the event, we put plans in place, we deploy, and so on. But what is important is that we also receive an application for pyrotechnics to utilize stage and theatrical effects. In simple layman's terms, it is to put fireworks at the end of in celebration. So that is what happened in this particular incident, where we received a stage effect permit application, and we issued them with one to execute stage effects at the Loftus Stadium in Pretoria. So what happened on that particular day, the prior technician, upon arrival, gained access and proceeded to the chosen site for setup. But what also happened is that he sat among the crowd while he was waiting.
That's the issue, surely, Brigadier.
That is where I think things went wrong, because he sat among the crowd when he was waiting to actually put up the confetti, fireworks, and so on. So that's where we see where the problem lies, in that people started panicking, and I think South Africans they acted in good faith. I think the person who took the video acted in good faith. They thought, it was a bomb. But we also looked at that video and we said our members should have also explained to supporters there to say, no, do not panic, do not stress. This is a technician who is here and is authorized to be here. So where we are sitting, Andile, we are sitting with recommendations to say, let's do better. But also it's important to say that prior technician has previously executed similar effects at the venue without issues. But I think the problem now is that he went up to the stands and waited for his time until the match finished, and that's what the panic among the supporters and so on.
And I get the fears of those as well. Sorry to cut you there, Brigadier. I get the fears of those as well, saying, it might be just pyrotechnics, but those are still some sort of explosives. Those are still that if they are connected at the time of anything happens and they do go off within the people in the stands, it's still something that could be dangerous, is it not?
Absolutely, and that's why we are setting up a meeting with the company to say, listen, even though it's the first time such a thing happens,
it's the first time they've been caught with in the stands.
Yes, no, it's the first time I think they were sitting in that type of area and exposing the actual materials that they utilized to set up these fireworks. So where we are sitting, we're saying we are going to meet as the police with that particular company to say, listen, going forward, you need to handle your equipment discreetly to avoid public concern. But also in terms of our planning as well, as the police, we need to also in future identify an area where they can sit to wait until they execute their duty so that we can avoid such panic and the confusion that this particular incident has caused. So we do this opportunity to say, as the police, we should have handled it better and explain to especially that group of supporters that were there to say, this is not a bomb, this is just the prayer technician waiting to do their job.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time with Linda Mate there, who's Brigadier and also the National Police spokesperson. Really appreciate you explaining that to us and giving us your time. Okay, the games over the weekend. Friday, Cape Town City beating Royal AM. On Saturday, we saw the derby, Kaizer Chiefs versus Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates taking that one by a goal. Polokwane City, Moroka Swallows, goalless draw. Chippa United, Stellenbosch, goalless draw. And on Sunday was the AFL, of course, 2-0, Sundowns winning that one. Skukune beating SuperSport United by 2-1. Namontville Golden Arrows beaten by Amazulu by 3-1. Richards Bay getting, there was always going to be a tough one for those two teams. This was one of the biggest games this weekend, in fact. Yeah. Richards Bay versus Cape Town Spurs. It ended with 3 points going to Richards Bay. I'll tell you what the log looks like, but my game of the weekend, Chelsea versus Manchester City. This is, even though Man United won, Chelsea versus Manchester City, 4-4, an incredible game. So, if you want to speak anything sport, including Djokovic maybe finishing number 1 for the year, give me a shot. Let's go to the goals of the weekend.
What did the zone evidence? I just remember like I'm eating the top of the Pirates. Mahopa! Ezimnyamanyenkani. Zakhe phula umhlaba kaMasipala. Zawubhekisa phezulu. Yabona yandeka 18. Shandu! Artabale! Ni! Rikuchego! Evidence Mahopa! Abasakhula ekuka kodwa bakakona bandile Shandu mo 18. Abaromela Shandu! Bakita karakatsaletoa! Letlhakore la lentsho, letlhakore la dipoko, letlhakore la marapo, letlhakore la batho ba ba itumetseng ke lone le ketekang. Evidence Mahopa o tlhamalana Pirates ka pele. One Orlando Pirates, another KZN Chiefs.
Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
It's the weekend that was 23 after the hour 6. I need to read this tweet, guys, because people think I'm joking. Where people call me out all the time. This particular one, though.
For what?
For things that I do or don't do. Here it is. Not even a single. This is from Advocate Sinong. Advocate Sinong says, not even a single congratulatory message from Andile Ncube for Sundowns. I thought he was honest and impartial as a journalist. Well, I was wrong. We move because football always wins. Our guys. It cannot be. I refuse. And on Saturday in the evening, I'm getting to my hotel because I don't even have Wi-Fi. I don't have network until I get to the hotel. I'm in Tanzania. I get one from Umake. Umake says, Labon, I told you he doesn't care for Chiefs. He didn't even say anything about our loss, not even congratulate Pirates. I think he hates the derby. Guys, you must choose. I can't hate everyone. I can't hate everyone. It's 24 after the hour 6. Let's get straight into it. Remember that you can give us a call and let's speak about all things, any of the two derbies. Tennis, there was great international football as well. That 4-4 game, Chelsea, congratulations to Chelsea. They get a draw against Man City and you got to congratulate them. They drew against Arsenal as well, I think. They drew against Liverpool as well.
We beat Spurs for
you know what I mean. So the big teams are able to draw with them. They trying to get
Spurs. Why
I don't know if Spurs is a big team. So yeah, those are all the news from the weekend. But you can give us a call on 0600026160 and 06055273003. Oh, At the airport, I met somebody says I say the number too fast. Godfrey, yeah, Godfrey. At the airport, listen, Godfrey, it's 086 000 2160. That's the number. Mazara, what do you have?
Well, there's a lot that happened over the weekend, Andile, as you said. But a breaking news story from yesterday was Vusmusi Vilakazi, who just a few days ago resigned as the technical director out at Chipa United. If you remember, he'd left Golden Arrows. Remember, there was the whole, big deal about why he'd left Golden Arrows just a few games into the new season. Then he went to Chipa. Morgan Mamila says he's my assistant coach, but his title from a club statement says he's the technical director. Well, he resigned last week, and now he's landed a new job at Richards Bay as the assistant coach to Coach Kaitano.
From staying with one team his whole career, has been with 3 teams in 2 months.
Exactly. He's moved quickly. So he's back in KZN right now, and obviously he would have been at that derby, not derby, but a relegation sort of a battle between Cape Town Spurs and Richards Bay. Even this early of the season, that's seen as a relegation dogfight, because those two clubs have struggled in the last 10 games of the season. So there he is. He's landed a new job. Whether that means Kaitano should watch over his shoulder, it's another story altogether, because we know that Kaitano Tembo has been in danger. He said it himself that he's not guaranteed to hold on to the job much longer. But Richards Bay are in the semi-finals of the Carling Knockout Cup. So let's see how that goes, how that setup goes. And then moving on to the derby, let's reflect on that, because we've got Kevin Johnson talking about what some might call a toothless Ranga Chibabairo, although he scored his first goal for Amakosi on Wednesday in that 3-2 victory over Cape Town Spurs, but he did not even get a single shot on target, I don't think, in the Soweto derby. And Kevin Johnson here speaks about supporting the former Marumo Gallants striker.
There's a lot of moments that you can see. We tried to use him, and we tried to use him against Tapelo. And knowing what type of player Tapelo was, the tactic was to keep Ranga as high as possible, because then automatically 2 players are out of the game. So we have 9 players, and they have only 8 players. So we need to bring the ball to him quicker, and that was not happening. So we're happy with where he is, and we just have to, like you, I think somebody alluded to the composure on the ball. We need to be a little bit more composed on the ball. And we need to make the right choices when we go and in passing, so that we can get the ball to Ranga. But it will take its time. And you see, sometimes in the game we're able to get there, but not as often as I'd like to get there.
Remember, this is a striker that was firing for Marumo Gallants. Chiefs signed him on the back of his performance in the CAF Confed Cup. In fact, he had signed a pre-contract with Richards Bay, because he thought his future with Marumo Gallants was done, because he was sitting on the bench the first half of the season, but went on to improve that form, and subsequent to that, Kaizer Chiefs signed him for a reported around 5 million rand fee. Moving on to another striker that's seemingly starting to hit his stride is Evidence Mahopa. He joined Orlando Pirates last season, but could hardly buy a game with Kermit Erasmus and Terence Jukamanja, even Evanga playing ahead of him. But now he scored 2 goals in 4 games, I believe it is, for Orlando Pirates. And Coach Jose Ribeiro says this is good for the national team.
We have to support the guys. I think Evidence is doing an excellent job. I said already several times, I'm not going to speak so much about him, because he's speaking himself on the field. You just have to, people need to have a look about all the things that he's doing, not only when he's putting the ball in the net.
There's more from coach about, as I mentioned earlier, supporting him. And Hugo Bruce was a fan of this player, but he's since been out of the radar a little bit, and maybe this can help him get back ahead of the AFCON.
Scored 1 goal at home, now we score in a derby. It's going to be there in the books forever. It's going to be a good boost for the boy. But in general, I think it doesn't make so much sense to play a South African player, as a striker, 21, 22 years old, an interesting prospect. And I think we have to all protect the young players, try to, create the proper atmosphere for them, that they can develop themselves. It's going to be, it's good for South African football, it's good for the national team.
And then moving on to the AFL, they were accusing you of not congratulating Mamelodi Sundowns. Well, again, congratulations to Mamelodi Sundowns, who win a 76 million prize bonanza. Even if they win the DStv Premiership as well as the Nedbank Cup combined, that will only be a mere 22 million. So they've already cashed in. But Coach Rulani was then asked to say, Coach, how do you motivate your players to double their efforts for less money in the domestic league? And this is what Coach Rulani had to say in response to that question.
And this is what makes this group so special, the sense of brotherhood, their loyalty and their commitment to this page. And don't worry, there will be no sense of complacency. I will not allow it.
Well, that's Coach Rulani saying not under his watch. And then his counterpart from Wydad Casablanca, though, reckons there was a bit of play acting from Mamelodi Sundowns and time wasting. I think it's rich coming from Andile Ramsey, given, these tactics, were crafted and developed in North Africa. But when he gets a taste of his own medicine, this is what he had to say.
I say it also in the game in Casablanca. For the first time, I feel that football play against football, 100%. So I respect the way how they play. But we know in football and in the high level of football, because the result is also important. Some things is also important, the other things. But I don't say you must be an actor.
Just a parting shot. Last week Friday, Coach Hugo Broos announced his 23-man squad to play Benin and Rwanda in the World Cup qualifiers. He moaned a little bit about the level of the South African League, that he wants more players from Europe, but he has food for thought. Coach, there's Gift Links, who's playing Europa League Conference in Denmark at the highest level. There's Tashrik Matthews, who plays at the highest level in Sweden. He scored 10 goals and had 10 assists in 30 games, but they are not in the national team. So what it is that Coach Hugo Broos is actually looking for, nobody knows.
6:31, the Mighty Metro FM Sports are amplified with Andile. Give us a call. Let's have these conversations. I see the Sundowns conversation is going strong. I'll tell you what. If I believe in something and wholeheartedly support something, I support it with my money. I support it with my presence. I support it with everything else. I see a lot of people saying, but we can be supported. Yes, it is true. But do you not want to support your club in return? Do you not want to support your club in return? And I just think that it's a wrong precedent being set, because when do you then start saying, okay, guys, at this point, or is it going to be a forever thing that there will be free tickets? I think maybe if there was an exchange where you say, when you've got the official club gear and you pop in, then yeah, go for it, man. Then you're able to have a conversation. Oh, yeah, no. The conversation is ongoing. I can see the conversation has taken off. So let's have that conversation. And it's a conversation, guys. If you don't think so, you don't think so. Let's take it on the chin and move on. Then there's the derby as well. The KZN derby. Were you at the stadium? What a feast for football. The Soweto derby. The atmosphere in that is not equaled in this country, at least. You'd have to go somewhere else to find that sort of energy. You'd have to go somewhere else. All of these conversations are up for grabs. We can have any of those conversations on 086-000-2160. Going to take your calls a little bit earlier. WhatsApp on 060-552-7303. But before that, there were some pressing matters that the referee wants to get to. So he'll take that. Should we do it now? Let's take a quick break. When we come back, then we'll do it. The principal. The principal? Are you good? No, easy. 2 of what you looked at over the weekend, the derby. What was there anything in the derby?
Yeah, there was something in the derby. But before we go to the derby, let's go to.
I want the derby.
You want the derby?
What happened in the derby?
All right. Here, we have Uskumbuzo Gaza. Remember, I told you beginning of the season when Sundowns played Sikukune in the first game, the referee was Kumbuzo Gaza. Again in the derby, and this is my referee of the year last season. I don't know what happened. The boy. It's brilliant. He showed qualities of a top referee, which he showed tactical awareness, he exuded confidence, he prevented problems, he showed knowledge of the loss of the game. Let's give you the scenarios where he showed this experience or this knowledge. One, you look at the first yellow card that he gave to Evidence Mahoka. Not many referees will give a yellow card in the first minute, but this one said, I'm going to set a tone to tell them that today it's my day. I'm not going to tolerate anyone who will show lack of respect for the the game. And indeed, he did just like that. And the assistance, there was a ball on the 22nd minute where Evidence Mahoka was in an offside position. Mahopa. He was in an offside position. He moved towards the ball. Another player came from an onside position. In terms of the law, if two players goes for the ball, one offside, one onside, the assistant referee must wait and see who will play the ball. Chiefs players wave their hand and sing hallelujah. The assistant referee said play on, and the player from an onside position got the ball. He crossed. Unfortunately, they could not score. That was brilliant application of the loss of the game in the derby. So overall performance in the derby, referees get 8.5.
Okay.
8.5.
Yeah. And then he also dealt with people who were sleeping, who took mattresses on the field of play. We saw the Butelezi sleeping on the field of play. Shandu showing lack of respect by not throwing the ball. He came in whippy, yellow card. I'm so happy today. I'm very happy. I'm very happy for the performance. Let's go to Tshwane in Pretoria. We saw as well people sleeping on the field of play. The tactics that they were showing there. For Sundowns, they copy from...
I was about to say, isn't it that Sundowns have just learned how the game is played in Africa?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And by Africa, I mean on the continent in general, particularly when you go more north of the continent.
You see, when we say a top referee must show tactical awareness, that's what we're talking about. The referee, what you want, low referee, Lona, Jean-Jacques Ndala. When the Moroccans were sleeping on the field of play, he gave a yellow card to one El Hari, who was sleeping, or when a stretcher was called in for him to get in, he could not get to the stretcher, and yellow card was issued. That is to show tactical awareness. He's aware of the tactics. Second half, Sundowns did it where Rowan slept on the field of play, and then he also got a yellow card for the same thing. But then the last one that we need to condemn is the free kick that was given to Sundowns on the 90+7. 3 players got yellow cards. That free kick took 4 minutes for them to take it, and that is it's unsporting. FIFA need to help the referees, because they will give a yellow card, a player move away, another one comes in, he move away. It's not good for South African football. If you saw the match, you'll see that the president of FIFA and Motsepe himself were shaking their heads when they saw that happening.
Right, it's 18:38, about to go 18:39. It's over to you now. I want to hear from you. We've given you everything from this weekend. Yeah, the wins, the losses, the news, all of it. Let's hear from you. What are your thoughts on everything that we've said? You know, including the conversation on free tickets. It's a conversation, guys. Let's have it. Let's have it. What are you willing to give to your team? And I say this because that game on the weekend was packed, and it was beautiful to see so many people supporting Sundowns. Sundowns go to Morocco. That's what they see. They see an entire stadium of red when they go to Egypt. They see an entire stadium of black, of red, of yellow, of green whenever they go play on the continent. It would be nice for that to be reciprocated when it's here at home.
Yeah.
We don't see that. It had to be in a big cup final that it was packed to the rafters. It had to be that it had to be a big cup final. And yes, I'm condemning that.
Free tickets.
That I'm condemning, to say support your team. Support it in the same way when they're playing Golden Arrows. Support them in the same way when they're playing Richards Bay, Royal AM. We can come back to Joburg, Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates. Those ones don't normally need any assistance. But Sekhukhune, Cape Town City, all of the teams. Why isn't it that it's not always the same? The derby is just a league game. It still gets packed. Let's reflect what's happening on the pitch with how the boys are playing with the support, even if it's 10 rands.
Yeah, and this free tickets business also got a little bit risky yesterday, because I think the marshals at the gate were getting a little bit overwhelmed, because you can imagine everybody who's wearing a Sundowns jersey gets in for free, but the statement says there are collection points for the free tickets, but there are people who took chances and just tried to walk in simply because they were wearing Sundowns regalia, and a number of them were able to get in. So you did see a few people sitting on top of each other there, so it is a bit of a risk as well.
All right, let's hear some of your voice notes.
All right, here we go. Call Metro FM now on 0860 002160. Drop us a voice note on 060 552 7303. Waking up, turned up.
Good evening, Andile. It's Vuyo in PE. I just want to speak about Mamelodi Sundowns and congratulate them on a job well done. I was happy with what they did, because we've been victims of time wasting from these North African teams.
No, completely.
So I'm glad that Sundowns did that as well. And also I want to speak about Khuliso Motau. For me, he's not just one of the best in South Africa, but in the world. So that guy is going far, he's just amazing. Thank you.
Evening, Andile. I'd like to talk about Kaizer Chiefs.
Please.
I think Kaizer Chiefs has a bad luck.
Okay.
It's a bad luck, and it started back then, 2020, when they were overtaken by Mamelodi Sundowns.
2019,
at
that
the
was,
last
when was that?
game of the league. Their bad luck started there.
No.
They have a bad luck. I think the management must do something.
It's
Maybe
almost
there are
8
some
years. It
outstanding
can't be
issues which we don't know
2020.
as supporters. Because the players are trying their best, but they're not winning. This is the bad luck, and it's painful. It's a bad luck that they are experiencing.
Just bad luck? I don't know about it being just bad luck, but yeah, I hear you. Thank you. Yeah, next one.
Good evening, it's true what you're saying. Or as Mamelodi supporters, we need to come out and support our team, and they've been doing good for years, and currently they're still doing good. Understand? But at the same time, I believe the free entrance benefits arena as Mamelodi Sundowns supporters.
Good evening, gents.
Hey.
Happy studio. What a weekend of football, man. I'm so happy because all my teams won this past weekend. FC Barcelona, Arsenal.
What a hater by Lewandowski in that game.
But ngihappy kakhulu ngale derby because sishaya abantu abanomlomo kakhulu. Udolo ukhuluma kakhulu wathi bazosidla. Abafundi labantu. Nanga sodlala neBank Cup bekhuluma kakhulu bejabula ukuthi baqhathwe nePirates abatrapa.
Okay, one more. Let's get one more.
Andile,
yes,
look, I think that we as Mamelodi Sundowns supporters, we need definitely to develop this culture of going to the stadium. We can't be waiting for CAF competitions and the chairman to announce that we're getting free tickets to go and support our team. I mean, the team is doing well. It has been doing well. Surely, we have to go and support the team.
100%.
Yes, they can make the tickets cheaper when it comes to CAF.
100%.
But we need to go. We need to pay. We need to develop a culture of paying and go and support the team.
I'll tell you what.
Can't be waiting for the team not to do well and then complain.
I'll even go one better. If Sundowns come out at the end of the season and they say, guys, as far as merchandising is concerned, Sundowns have outsold anybody out there. We've sold so much merchandise. Every Sundowns shirt you can think of has been sold out. I'd say I understand. Those people need to be rewarded because they're supporting the team. They're putting their hearts on their sleeves and they're saying, this is what we're doing to support the team. If that is the case, to say, no, there's reciprocation here, then I'll understand. Remember, 7 o'clock today, top of the hour, Faith will be hosting Caster Semenya. It's going to be a great interview. I'm busy reading the book now.
Reflection on the book.
And it's so far, I'm enjoying it so much, guys. You don't understand.
Yeah.
And I'm not even out of the teenage years yet.
Nice.
I'm still with Caster in the teenage years. So that's the book that she's going to be talking about here. She speaks about absolutely everything there.
That's my Christmas read.
Yeah. So go out there and support Mukhadi. Let's go to the calls now. We're going to be able to take a lot more calls. We've changed the show around because you guys complained and said no. You want more of your voice on the show. So we've changed the show around to be able to accommodate a lot more voices and a lot more of your calls. Let's go to Jimmy. Jimmy?
Hey, Andile, Mazola, Tati.
Jimmy. Hey!
Talk
to me.
Andile, waiting till the morning against the Tuesday, also disappointed. One to our running. You want me to feel lazy. Capella Namato. I didn't win in Mazola. We win now.
The Jimmy?
The player of the Tuesday, Capella Namato in the
Dirang? Oh, the Catalana Mato. Yeah.
Capella Namato. I was so disappointed.
Really?
I was so disappointed.
I didn't notice, Jimmy. I must be honest.
I didn't notice either. Yeah.
I love the
So what does that tell you?
There's something wrong there. There's big problem. Players and management. There's nothing wrong with the coach. Players need to come to the park and do it. The player of the season of all Amahan. About cutting pay. The player cutting. And Andile. Now you go and Mazola, if you somewhere, La Rega Holo or that. Andile can also have a supporter. About the senior keeper Tamala, little piece of Tamala.
All right, Jimmy. Let's go to Steve. Steve is in First Laura. Steve. Steve Bobo?
How are you?
No, I'm good. Talk to me.
No, I'm also good, man. Thanks, man. I just want to talk about the issue of Sundowns, man.
Please do.
I think from a parrot side, man, I think you guys are not really giving Sundowns enough airtime. Usually, I don't know, you journalists, I think maybe consistency and impartiality it's lacking. Because, for example, as parents, we won a cup, MTN 8, which was not even convincing. There was supposed to be a penalty awarded. Even when they were taking penalty shootout, the goalkeeper was jumping on the line, but the lineman and the referee failed to say that. That's what I'm saying. It was not convincing on my side. But yet, you gave those guys very much airtime on the following day, on a Monday, on your platform, right? But Sundowns won a very big thing, but you are not giving them airtime. And then on the issue of the stadium free entrance and all that, I think maybe if you are giving Sundowns fair and enough airtime, maybe they were going to come and explain why, what's the strategy. Because Sundowns is a small brand compared to Chiefs and Pirates, you understand? They're still building, I would assume. We don't know maybe at a later stage what's their target. Maybe it's going to stop at a later stage when they see that maybe they've reached their target. Thank you.
Okay. No, Steve, don't hang up. Don't hang up because I want to answer you. On Sundowns being a little team, I think we disagree greatly on that. I think Sundowns is not a little team. Are they? I mean, your exact words was little team. Are they as big?
Comparing to Chiefs and Pirates, they're not.
Okay, let me finish. I gave you an opportunity to finish. Are they as big as what Chiefs and London Pirates are in terms of stature, particularly in our country? No, they aren't. They don't have that sort of footprint, but I don't think we can ever call them a small team. And then on Sundowns getting a platform, do you know that this year alone, we've had more complaints on this show than any other about the amount of time we give Sundowns on this show. I had hold on. Let me finish. We've had everybody from this month alone. And it's not even middle of the month yet. It's smack bang middle of the month. Yeah. We've had Coach Rulani, Kennedy Mwene come into this building to speak. Okay? And then, over and above, why aren't they in studio today? There weren't enough Sundowns players to be able to do that because they're all at camp. We spoke to Sundowns. We had that conversation, so much so that some of them are going to be coming to Sport at 10 on Wednesday. Because there just wasn't, and they can tell you, we had a conversation with Sundowns the whole day. But because the players, and you know how many players that Sundowns go to their national teams. Yeah. Most of them have gone to their national teams, and that's why they're on here, Steve.
I hear you.
All right, thank you very much, and I appreciate the frank conversation. I always say, here we speak, so let's go for it. Let's go to Mercedes out in Seshego. Wants to speak about the derby. Mercedes.
What a weekend of sport. How are you, gentlemen?
I'm good, man. If you could just do me a favor and switch your radio off, my brother.
Yeah, no, I did that.
Okay, no problem. Talk to me.
I'm a Sundowns supporter, but first of all, let me congratulate Orlando Pirates.
Well, congratulate you, champ.
For beating Kaizer Chiefs.
Congratulations, champ.
Hello?
Congratulations, champ.
Yes. And I would like to go to talk about my beloved Mamelodi Sundowns.
Go for it.
You know what, my brother? In Mamelodi Sundowns, we've got very reliable religious people, including the bishops. When they say to us, we must close our eyes and pray. We close our eyes and pray, and we don't even predict during prayer. When we say Amen, Mamelodi Sundowns will be the AFL champion Mamelodi Sundowns will be the defending champions of the DStv Premiership. Thank you very much.
No, but hold on, Musedi.
Is he gone?
Yes, I'm with you.
Oh, still here.
Do you have a Sundowns shirt?
Yes, I do.
Does your whole family have? Do you have children if they have? But does your family have?
Me, my wife, and my two sons have the Sundowns t-shirts. The daughter is a KZN fan.
Oh, I'm
That
sorry.
is why
I'm sorry about that.
on Saturday, I took her to F&B to go and watch the derby.
No, that's beautiful parenting. I love that. But now tell me, if Sundowns had said they're charging money for the AFL, that line there, horrible, for the AFL final, would you have paid money to go?
Yes, I would have done that.
All right. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. That's it. That's all I want to know. Let's go to Johannes. Johannes is out in Sosha, and then we'll go to Alistair and Kabelo. But let's go to Johannes now. Johannes is out in Sosha, wants to speak about Sundowns and I think Pirates. Johannes.
The weekend that was.
Hey, man, the weekend that was. Talk to us.
Yes, Andile. Some things that you guys are saying. I don't know. The questions you're asking. If a fan calls and say congratulates Pirates, do you ask them if they have a Pirate shirt or what? Why? I have this. I don't want to repeat the string that previous caller said, but I really don't feel that you guys are giving Sundowns the respect it deserves. Sundowns have been doing good things for a very long time. But every time there's something negative about Sundowns, that's the only time that you'll see people harping on. If Zungu breaks somebody's leg, you'll hear about that the whole week. But there's things that Sundowns are doing that are nice. That you guys don't. We rather talk about Chiefs. We rather talk about Chiefs and Pirates, which are on that position 8 and 9. But we really don't feel it. I don't know people who are complaining that you give Sundowns attention. Who are maybe the Chiefs fans and Pirates, but us Sundowns fans, we don't feel that the things that Sundowns are doing, the achievements that Sundowns are doing, people are happy about it. Like even now, you sound angry that we want to harp on this thing of the free tickets and what. In the morning, people are talking about bombs and what. These things happen everywhere. Sundowns is still learning. Maybe they'll rectify it. Even myself, I was not happy about these free tickets because I can see people who are unruly at the stadiums are wearing yellowish t-shirts. I don't know. They are not Sundowns fans. I have 7 Sundowns t-shirts. If they say free tickets, I'll wear that t-shirt, I'll go to the stadium.
So
but
Johannes,
myself, I believe that thing must be cancelled. We must buy tickets because it will be less people, it will be manageable.
So
that
Johannes,
one I agree. That one I agree, but I don't want this thing that everyone, you even hear the ref there. It's hard to want that thing that this thing that we are doing now, that we are winning. If you don't win like that Africa, you are never going to win because that is the game that they are playing. Those guys, we see first half, they were falling all over the place. Second half, because we were leading, they were rushing for the balls. That's what they are. The reason they have too many stars. That's how they were winning all the time. They win like that.
Johannes?
Then we have to play that game so that we can also win. If we play nice football and become innocent and obedient, we are not gonna win those cups there in Africa.
Johannes?
That's how they play. But now we want to.
What Johannes?
Okay, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Johannes, we agree on one thing. We agree on the one thing, and I'm glad that you agree with me to say it's not hitting at Sundowns, it's hitting at the fans to say you need to show the club support in all things. And I'm glad that you agree that people need to buy tickets or support the team. That's the one. The second one, you heard me when the ref Victor Hlongwane did say that. I said that's how the game is played in Africa. So we're on the same page with that as well.
Exactly.
The one thing that we might not be on the same page with is the sort of exposure that Sundowns gets. It is difficult in South Africa to avoid Sundowns when you're on radio doing sport. It is difficult because Sundowns are number one on the log. Sundowns are doing so well. It is difficult to not speak about Sundowns. And we were accused of being a Sundowns show, to say all we speak about is Sundowns. Mazol, I can tell you here, even one of the coaches said to him, I listened to you on radio, you're a Sundowns fan, you. One of the big coaches in this country who coaches one of the two big clubs.
So I'm very surprised to hear someone saying we don't give Sundowns enough credit.
This month alone, Johannes, I don't know if you listened. Did you hear when Rulane was here? We gave him an hour. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Did you hear when Kennedy Mwene was here?
A whole hour.
Yes.
We gave him an hour as well. last week when we're speaking with the guys from Fridays, the podcast Fridays. Did you hear when we're saying about how Sundowns are going to be unbeaten for a long time? Did you hear when we gave Sundowns half the show on a Friday?
Yeah, but those things, they come after a while. And then,
well, I'm not going to speak about Sundowns every day, Johannes.
Okay, let's take this AFL thing there.
Yeah.
The time there was this topic about is going to happen or Sundowns going to be allowed, what. The whole week you were talking about that is not going to be allowed and what. Then it happened. Then it was quiet. Nobody was trying to promote it. And
that's not true. That's not true, Johannes. You know why? You know why that's untrue, Johannes? Because the AFL was an SABC Sport exclusive, right? So we were mandated. We had to speak about it.
We televised every single game.
Not only on TV, but here on radio as well.
Attended every single press
conference. I was even in conversation with Sundowns, who kept sending us details to say, hey guys, this is the new update as far as the AFL is concerned. So you might have missed a couple of shows, Johannes, and I'm disappointed that you're cheating on me. Because it means some days you don't listen to me.
All right, lastly, before I take much over time. Okay, you know what? And
the very last one, Johannes, you've had your time.
So now you look hard, Bob.
And the last thing when the guys there, what I really like to see happening, if maybe we can try to, because I see you are comparing the Sundown games and the derby, because the derby, like from 2 weeks before the derby, you will hear everyone, the media and everyone, they are pushing that thing. I think if we give that derby,
but hold on, Johannes.
Every derby.
I've listened to you and I love listening to you, but I think the problem of most people is the blanket approach. You say the media. Don't talk to me about the media. I have no control what happens outside of these four walls. Speak to me about this show. If you say to me, this show promotes the derby 2 weeks before, I'll tell you that that's not true. If you say to me that for 2 weeks before the derby, all we talk about is the derby, I'll tell you that's not true. You know, go to any other show. So talk to me about this show, Johannes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. On this show, we gave the derby content today. We gave Sundowns content today. We spoke about the KZN derby even. Because those were the three big games, in my opinion anyway.
Yeah.
Alistair.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Yes, very quickly. Go for it. You saw, man. The last guy took everything.
No, I cannot take it that you're going to tell me to go for it. You make me old from 1840.
Go for it. I'm listening.
1858. No, man.
I'm listening. Go for it. There's a lot of calls, Alistair. There's a lot of calls.
No.
Alistair's out in Bloemfontein.
For 40 minutes and tell me to go for it. Anyhow, how are you guys?
I'm good. How are you?
Go for it, Alistair.
Alistair doesn't want to go for it. Stop it, Mazola. Alistair, go for it.
Listen, ek is eintlik baie kwaad vir julle, but it's fine. Listen, you make me wait for 40 minutes. I'm past that. Listen here, I just want to comment on Mamelodi Sundowns, man.
Please do.
You know I'm a Buccaneer, ne? Congratulations to my team. It was a pub win, but I'll take the 3 points. When it comes to Mamelodi Sundowns, hey, it's nice to have reached that. Yo. It's nice. Tell me the criteria for getting those AFL teams. That's the one. And then the second one is your daddy will tell all of you, listen, here you go, you fill up that stadium, and then you still have the nerve to compare it to the Soweto derby. That's all I wanted to say. Have a lekker evening, gentlemen.
Alistair, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Sorry to making you hold. Kabelo, when I get low chila here, we'll hurry it up. You've got 30 seconds. Guys, unfortunately, it can never happen that we take everybody and we give everybody 10 minutes. It can't happen. Kabelo. Okay, you got 1 minute.
I know I've got 1 minute. I know I've been holding it, and then people should know that you hold for 30 minutes if you want to speak to Oga Andile. I want to congratulate Mamelodi Sundowns for what they've done. I want to congratulate KZN Chiefs for killing us. They continue killing us. Their plan is working because I can't even eat. If you can see me before, you can see that my stomach is gone. That means I don't even have to go to gym again. You know, it's like a child going to eat something that you know you are going to be beaten. We go to the stadium knowing that we're going to be out. Congratulations, KZN. Continue killing us, but we will continue loving you. You will not finish us. We are crucified. We will continue loving you. Even if you are disrespecting us, it's okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kabelo. Mazola, the criteria for AFL.
Yeah, it's over.
Once again, because I mean, I keep saying this.
Yeah,
and
we've been saying it. We repeated it on Soccer Zone when this conversation came up. But it's over a 5-year period of participation in inter-club competitions, obviously facilitated by KEF, and obviously Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates were outside the top 8 bracket. But if the AFL extends to more teams, as was originally the plan, then you can bet that both Soweto Giants will be part
the
of
referee had
AFL.
one more, but I don't have one more minute, so unfortunately, from all of us here, listen, Sundowns, congratulations again. Pela.
That's all me.